Hey everyone, this is a trader and investor. In this video I'm going to start off with Bitcoin. This is Friday, June 25th, 2021. For the equities market, this is the last day of trading. As you all know, crypto does not sleep. It's traded 24/7, no breaks. So I want to go over Bitcoin because we've been having this downfall, really bad downfall, right? From the all-time highs, we've been really coming down, slamming down, and it's been an interesting ride because price has been going down, not in a straight line, right? It's been doing this nice somewhere here. So that's what price has been doing. So as we take a look at that and focus on current price action, we're making a series of lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high, equal high, maybe you can consider that, lower high, another equal high. Now this is done, and this was followed by a series of lower lows, right? So price has been going lower, and now it seems like we wanted to reverse, and then we're breaking down again. I think it's critical to see where we are breaking down. Where are we breaking down? Because it all depends on how you draw your trend lines, right? If you start from this low point here and go to the last touch, if this is a trend line, then that trend line is broken. But if we look at a series of highs, we have a high, we have a higher high, and then we have a higher high. So if you look at it from that perspective, it's a different thing that you look at, because now you see a low, a higher low, and now if we extend this, it seems like we're starting to make a lower low. We're starting to make a lower low. What does that mean? Does that mean that this price now wants to go back and retest these recent lows of the 28,600? Or does it mean it wants to just keep going lower and go for the 20,000 area because of the way that the 50 and the 200 simple moving averages are lined up? Could that be what is happening, right? There's a lot of possibilities, but usually I want to trade what I see, and so based on what I see a small consolidation area. When you have a small consolidation area, keep in mind this could be trapping shorts to take the price back up here. I always keep that in mind. That possibility is always there, and the way you get out of that possibility is for price to come down, retest that zone, and keep going down. That's when I'm comfortable that this trend is broken. Even with this trend line that I drew here that is broken, even if this is broken as an ascending triangle, usually you expect price to break out of here, test that area, and go. But what has happened is it broke out of this area. It broke out of this area a couple of times, but it never followed through. That's why I always tell people, don't be a breakout trader without confirmation. As soon as it breaks, you enter, boom, price. Look how far down price has come. From 35,000, we're back down to 32,000. That's even if you do one Bitcoin, that's a lot of dollars to be losing. So be mindful Anytime there's support, resistance, those are areas that could be manipulated. Those are areas for liquidities. And as you can see, this area of liquidity, this devil tops, when that is broken, price is still using that as an area of manipulation. Fake out short traders, fake out long traders. In a matter of 4 or 5 hours, both long and short traders are wiped out of their positions because their stop losses are hit. So this is how the manipulation occurs. So be careful of this manipulation. Make sure that when you come to an area of manipulation, break, test, don't close above it, break. That's good. Come, don't break, reverse, don't come any lower, reverse. Make sure, because on a pullback, what is a sign that a pullback is over? You have a series of lower highs, and then when you have a series of higher highs and higher lows, this is when you know your pullback is terminated. Make sure you don't go below the last higher low followed by another higher low. Also, higher highs are what is telling you that this pullback is terminated, right? The more of these areas that you break, the stronger that termination becomes. The higher it goes, it tells you that a new uptrend has begun. But be always mindful of previous highs. Previous highs could act as resistance. Always be mindful of that. So as you clear them, you can add to your positions. You can start to tighten your stop and just keep riding it. But be mindful that price could hit this level here, right? Could hit some level and immediately reverse to the other side. So be mindful of that. That's very critical to be mindful of that. So right now on Bitcoin, we were having a nice reversal from this bottom, a series of higher highs with a series of higher lows, but now those lows are broken. Once you have a low that is broken, then it's time to consider, is this, if this is an accumulation zone, is this terminal shakeout and price is going to do this, right? If this is a terminal shakeout. If not, if this was a distribution, a redistribution from way up there, redistribution continues, this was just a short-term pullback to attract more buyers to jump in and take them out, because that's what happens. Institutions need to find the money somewhere, so they like to get the retailers to jump in on the wrong side to take them, because there's this big expectation. Bitcoin is going to get to 500k. Bitcoin is going to go to 1 million. Whatever that number is, there's that expectation, and people are going to keep piling on. But where do you pile on? And again, if you're piling on as price is coming down, you just keep adding, and that's your strategy. No matter how low it gets, you want to keep adding. Fantastic, right? That's a great strategy for a very long-term hold. But if your strategy is, I just want to capture these bursts, whether it's up or down, I just want to capture those. If that's your strategy, then you have to be very mindful of where the highs and lows are. That structure is very important. The area of value is important. Area of value meaning where is price having the hardest time getting through to one side or another. That's an area of value. Like if it's come down to support, if it goes to resistance, to a trend line, that's an area of value. If you're using moving averages, is it coming to a moving average? As you can see, I don't use moving averages a lot, but as you can see, Bitcoin on an hourly is respecting the 34 EMA. It's respecting it, right? Price goes away from it, it goes there. It goes away from it, it goes there. It goes away from it, it goes there. Away, it goes there. On either side, away, comes back. away comes back, right? And now at some point we're going to come back to it. I don't know where this line is going to end, but we're going to meet it. And when we meet it, is it going to be to the downside, or are we going to break above it and continue, right? So there's a lot of possibilities, but right now I'm more biased to the downside because we are breaking these lows. Because we are breaking these lows, I'm biased to the downside without hurrying to put any position to the downside, because I want to see if this area of manipulation, what they do with it. Then once it's manipulated properly and positions are taken care of, then I can enter a position. So this is how Bitcoin is setting up, and Ethereum is doing a similar thing. It's breaking the lows, and in Ethereum you can see it's significantly broken. Not only one low, it broke two lows, right? It broke these lows that had a higher low here, low, higher low, higher low. Now lower low, lower than two lows. So you have this area that is broken, this area that is broken. And so now for sure on Ethereum, I'm looking for price to at least retest the 1700 area. Maybe go down some more. It doesn't surprise me if we go to the 1500 or even lower. It actually makes me happy because I want to add to my position. I am a long-term bull when it comes to crypto, and Ethereum has a lot of room to grow. I would love Ethereum to go to 1500. It's not a bad thing for long-term holders. It's those short-term retailers who are not happy with this kind of move, especially if you have the type of accounts where you cannot short crypto. You just can play one side. You're either in long or out, and you're not seeing anything, or you're being wiped out. Like you see, oh, higher low, I'm getting in, I'm getting in here, no entry. Or you said, I'm getting in here, you got an entry, you're waiting for the moon, but price is collapsing again. So be very mindful of market structure, because we're making a series of lower highs. Right? We're not completely out of the woods yet. What I mentioned earlier with Bitcoin, these highs, that's all we got to. Now the next we have to break this high to say, above 2200 is where we're happy, but we're not getting there. In order to get there, now the next thing we have to do is we have to break these highs. Once we break those highs, we have to break this area, right, where price kind of did that, but mostly we have to break this area. Once we break this high, I will even remove this guy here and just go for this line. Once we break this area, we have to break this area, and once we break that area, then we have to go for the next one. Let me redraw it. Once we break this area, then we have to go break this area, then we have to go break this area, then we have to go break this area, right? This is how you keep moving up the ladder. And why is that important? Because price could at any moment break, return, break, return, break, return, break, return, break, return. Price could do this at any moment. So tight stops, mindful of where we're going. Yes. Now keep in mind, this type of philosophy is for short-term trading, right? Not for long-term. This is not for investing. If you're in Ethereum as an investor, you don't care what's happening here. It's irrelevant to you, because you're looking what you're looking for is actually the monthly, right? If you look maybe the weekly, maybe the monthly chart, and what you're seeing is, well, I've been in here a long time ago and price has been driving up and it came down. I want to go back to all-time highs. Fantastic. And this has given you buying opportunities on its way down to accumulate to your position. That's what you're looking at if you're an investor and you believe in crypto. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I'm just saying if you believe in crypto, like I do, this is the position that you are taking for the long term. But if you're trading, if you're a day trader and you're trading and you're looking at the daily chart, you see this accumulation or distribution, however you see it. For me, I'm seeing it as an accumulation phase. We did a terminal shakeout down here, and now price is retesting. Could this be E1, right? E1 means after you have a fake out to the downside, price enters back into the consolidation zone, tests that area of support, that liquidity, and resumes, right? If that's the case, then this is terminal shakeout, and then once we jump the creek and then we don't go back below it, it's off to the races, and we could seeing back those 50,000 and higher prices. So, but for now we're in an area of consolidation and we're trying to wait and see where that is. Again, same thing with Ethereum. We if this was a distribution, have we jumped the creek? Not yet, because we did not really have a strong close below it, and we're still treating this area up and down. Which way are we gonna go? Yet to be seen. And we have some order blocks here on the daily as well that we can take a look at. So this is how I'm seeing both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Once Bitcoin takes off in any direction, or other cryptos will follow suit. Alright everyone, take care for now, and I'll see you in the next video.